He did it! Boss Keith did it! He is your Battle City What If Series champion! And the newly crowned King of Games! Let's go! Keith, 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 Keith. Come on. I'm probably the only fan cheering for him right now. But man, the way he used his entire deck, the 10,400 attack he reached, which was like Zane level attack points, at the end when he smacked Mai in turn 2, that was wild. Turn 2 OTK to end the tournament and win it. He pretty much had zero challenge. Yeah, Bones gave him a good duel. Bakura gave him a good first duel. And he got revenge on Bakura, by the way, in semifinals for what happened in the tournament just before in Virtual World when Bakura beat him in the final. So he gets revenge on Bakura, crushes Mai like she was nothing. I can't believe. Well, the first duel was really good, but the second duel was crazy. Turn 2 OTK. Keith wins second place to Mai Valentine. She is so sick of getting second. That's like her third second, and she's denied Queen of Games too. And third place, of course, to Bakura because he won the third place duel against Martine, who got fourth. Martine did great and got the furthest of the God card users. However, everyone who lost now who had a God card, which is all of them, all three, now have lost their God cards. The ante goes up to the winner, Boss Keith, and the Rare Hunters do win the tournament. So it's technically a bad ending, which means several things. Keith can now, since the Rare Hunters now control the dueling world, essentially, Keith will now implement his rules. Therefore, his rules are, this is one of his rules, every deck that enters a tournament now must have at least one machine in it. Every deck must have one machine monster. So, prepare for all the decks to be ruined. All machines. Yeah, he would have said all machines in the deck, but everyone would have uprised on him. It wouldn't have been good. Everyone would have protested. Okay, so anyway, yeah, and AT couldn't be prouder. He's happy. Martine, along with Lexi, Casey, and their group, they're pretty happy for Martine. Martine got real far. Semifinals is pretty far. That's the furthest the Kawhi family or anyone in their group has gotten. So should be very proud of themselves. Yeah, and so as far as Justice, Yami Justice, and Angelica, they are very disappointed. But of course, with the money they have, it makes the pill go down easier. So they'll be back for sure because it ain't over. You know, next week's going to be a wild tournament if you know the order of Duel Monsters. There's a certain movie that came out right after or right during Battle City Finals, and you guys know it. It was at the peak of Yu-Gi-Oh! So anyway, before we get into that, another thing that's going to really affect Keith, he must use all three gods in his deck now. He has no choice. He may be the king of games, but he has to use the god cards in his deck. So that is a little bit of a crutch for him, I think. He's not going to do as well. He'll have his machines, but he'll have the gods with the machines. So until someone beats him, he is going to use the gods in his deck. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Him versus Bones, that first duel was so much fun. It made me so nostalgic, seeing all the Duel's Kingdom cards go at it, plus the retrains. So fun, so much fun. Yeah, everything was great. Zed, as far as Yami Lenny, Zed, and Hannibal in them. So, of course they lost, but I mean, overall they won, because their hunters won. Therefore, they don't face any consequences at all. No one really faces consequences except the good guys in this case. Bad guys win this time. And yeah, this isn't good. Marik and Bakura go back to, they have a huge mansion, but it's not in Domino, it's on the outskirts in the countryside. They go out there because they're obviously scared. Domino's become a big problem now. A big problem. It's become infested where you know the part in Sacred Cards where the ghouls take over, the rare hunters take over the cities, the whole city's population. Yeah, that's this. That's this. They kick Bones out of his grave. They they kick everyone out of their house. No one's in their house anymore. The rare hunters occupy this place. And Keith, of course, actually kicks Kaiba, because Kaiba lost. Kaiba got embarrassed near the end by Martine. Martine beat him, right? And Kaiba got embarrassed. He's going to have to rework his deck yet again, because Blue Eye's still not up to snuff. Anyway, Keith and his rare hunters storm Kaiba Court. They kick Gozaboro and Kaiba out. So the Kaibas are out of their own place. Boss Keith now controls Kaiba Court. He now controls the heart of Domino. And now they're going to have to figure something out. Because the next tournament is, of course, Pyramid of Light. That's right. Nintu, Veru, Marin Session. Inta, Niru, Verin Session. Remember the chant from, I don't want to weird you guys out. That was the chant from Pyramid of Light that Anubis would do. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be real fun. Of course, there's not going to be that many new characters. There'll be a couple. There's only going to be like 2. But, technically there's going to be 4 at least, because Mitchell Slaughter is now joining the group of donated characters. So, thank you so much, Mitchell Slaughter, for joining us. And thank you so much, Serenity Spider Monkey, Lance5190, and Jamie Jams for donating and supporting me through all these things. I wish you guys the best of luck. You can retrain your deck all you want, whatever you want, as long as it's somewhat Duel Monsters related. I understand that Jamie Jams had a GX deck, but that was a special exception because it was the era right next to it. But if you wanted like Firewall Dragon and stuff, no. Sorry, we're not doing brains. We're not doing brain stuff during this era. So anyway, it's the same thing with GX. If there's, I don't know if I'll allow synchros until we get to 5Ds. Fusion still was in Duel Monsters, so that's okay. But because Armneos is Fusion. But anyway, regardless, let's celebrate Boss Keith. Well, probably I'm the only one celebrating. Boss Keith is now your champ. AT and his group, Oil and Geo, are really psyched. They are so pumped. Their boy, their hero, their idol is at the top, and they get to actually sit near him at the throne. So I'm excited. I'm pumped. This is going to be so much fun for the next tournament. And yes, because the fate of the world was at stake. And you know what? No. Pyramid of Light's not going to be a King of Games tournament. The next King of Games tournament will be Waken the Dragons, which will be the tournament right after Pyramid of Light. Pyramid of Light's just going to be a fun side tournament, even though the world was at stake, clearly, in Pyramid of Light. So, you probably won't see Boss Keith and the Rare Hunters in that tournament. This will just be the heroes, and of course Anubis, and extra character I'm not going to mention yet. And yeah, we'll see from there, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will put out a community post this time. I know I skipped this last time, but I will put out a community post. And yeah, it will be, of course, the intro will be at 11:30 a.m. sharp, and the tournament will start at 12 noon sharp. So, and I understand I didn't give an intro for this Battle City Finals, but that's because I gave an intro for Battle City. I just don't think it's necessary when it's the same tournament. So, anyway, and if you guys did happen to donate to me, even though you didn't have to for this because it's part of the same tournament, I thank you so much. You guys are the very best ever. Just thank you so much. You guys rock. And yeah, I appreciate all of you. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Channel Zen Zanamanga. And I will see you for the next tournament. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let's celebrate. Boss Keith is in control. We're about to go into Machine Realm. No, just kidding. Everyone has to have one machine in their deck now, though. So, anyway. Alright, thanks, guys. Bye.